Welcome, chat. I've got a new one for you. This is breaking news.
Legal challenges over revised
by Best Iron. Just put this out. Oh, excuse me. Supreme Court ruling 5-4. Emergency order ends ATF is what it says. And I thought I'd share this video. Kind of interesting how it shows California is in defiance of the Supreme Court. And in this video, it also talks about that. Anyway, I'd like you to please subscribe if you are not subscribed. And leave some comments what you think about this ruling of the Supreme Court. Emergency order ends ATF. I really don't believe ATF's going to be ended, but that's what they're saying here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start the video and let me know what you think about this. It's kind of really interesting.
Licensing criteria. The evolving legal landscape post-Bruin has created uncertainty, with lower court decisions shaping regional variations in arm regulations. The Bruin decision represents a significant shift in the interpretation of the Second Amendment and the rights it confers regarding public arm carry. By striking down restrictive licensing laws, the Supreme Court has affirmed the principle of self-defense as a fundamental aspect of individual liberty. However, the decision also raises questions about balancing public safety concerns with the constitutional right to bear arms, highlighting ongoing debates over arm control in the U.S. Battle over concealed carry. The issue of concealed carry and its intersection with the Second Amendment has once again reached the forefront of the U.S. Supreme Court's docket. Despite the court's landmark ruling in Bruin, which struck down New York's Concealed Carry Improvement Act, New York and other states like California persist in defying the court's decision. In response to Bruin, New York hastily passed a new law, prompting gun owners of America to petition for Supreme Court review of the Antoinette case, seeking to overturn New York's concealed carry restrictions. The Bruin decision has invalidated New York's original May-issue CCW licensing scheme, deeming it incompatible with the nation's historical and traditional approach to arms regulation. The court emphasized that a state such as New York could not simply designate everywhere as a sensitive location to justify restrictive licensing. However, New York swiftly enacted the Concealed Carry Act, which exacerbated the limitations on obtaining permits compared to the pre-Bruin era. New York's appeals against preliminary injunctions
Hello, Chili Witchell.
by the Second Circuit, prompting GOA to seek emergency
breaking news on ending ATF.
Although emergency relief was denied,
welcome to the chat.
The Supreme Court admonished the Second Circuit to expedite its handling of the issue. The Second Circuit distinguished Bruin as an exceptional case, asserting that its rationale did not directly apply to the CCA case. GOA subsequently petitioned for Supreme Court review, highlighting the Second Circuit's repeated defiance of the Bruin decision and emphasizing the significance of the Antoinette case for states grappling with similar concealed carry regulations. New York countered GOA's petition, arguing against Supreme Court review on grounds of lack of circuit split and justification. The state contended that the petition for certiorari should be denied as an initial matter, citing the court's preference for final merit decisions and circuit court splits. New York emphasized the absence of licensed applicants under the challenge scheme and raised concerns about standing, echoing hints from the Second Circuit. The Antoinette case faces several hurdles, despite being a strong candidate for Supreme Court review. New York's expedited enactment of the CCA just 8 days after the Bruin decision and the governor's explicit intent to counteract the Supreme Court ruling underscore the case's significance. The implications extend beyond New York to other jurisdictions like the N Circuit and states like California. Overall, the legal battle over concealed carry in New York epitomizes the ongoing struggle to balance Second Amendment rights with public safety concerns.
The Supreme Court handed down this decision, which will undo a different law. Now, in American history, the Supreme Court today
defined a particular part of the Second Amendment.
Response to the Supreme Court striking down the state's 100-year-old concealed carry law because it was too restrictive.
The landmark Supreme Court ruling striking down a New York state law on the books for more than a century.
While the Antoinette case presents a compelling argument for Supreme Court review, its outcome hinges on navigating procedural complexities and addressing standing issues.
Well, what do you think of that? Looks like the Supreme Court's going to get rid of our ATF.
For arm regulations nationwide and
Is that interesting?
underscores the enduring debate surrounding arm rights in American society. That's all for today, folks. See you.
Let's see, like we missed a lot of that part. I wanted to catch the part where they talked about California in this. Let me start it more. See if I can find it where California.
For that concealed carry permit.
So state lawmakers passed a Concealed Carry Improvement Act, which now bans firearms from most locations.
Understanding the legal context. On June 30th, 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court delivered a landmark ruling in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, striking down a New York law that restricted carrying handarms in public. The decision not only invalidated New York's law, but also has far-reaching implications for similar laws across the nation, fundamentally altering the landscape of arm regulations and the right to carry arms. To appreciate the significance of the Bruin decision, it's crucial to grasp the legal framework surrounding concealed carry laws. Many states operate under may-issue permit laws, where officials have discretion in granting licenses based on a subjective assessment of proper cause or special need for self-defense. New York was among these states, requiring applicants to demonstrate more than a general need for self-protection to obtain a concealed carry permit. In its ruling, the Supreme Court unequivocally declared that may-issue laws violate the Second Amendment, affirming the right of law-abiding citizens to carry arms in public for self-defense. This decision marks an expansion of the court's previous stance in District of Columbia versus Heller, which recognized the right to possess handarms for self-defense within the home. The dissenting justices in Bruin raised concerns about public safety, particularly in densely populated urban areas with high rates of armed violence. However, the majority opinion countered that increased armed violence underscores the necessity for individuals to carry arms for self-defense.
The Supreme Court today said you can't require someone to justify why they want to conceal carry a gun, but it was leaving open.
Core reason for the Second Amendment is to provide law-abiding citizens with the ability to carry a gun for self-defense.
The court has blocked 3 parts of a New York gun law that puts restrictions on carrying concealed firearm.
Approved a sweeping overhaul of the state's handgun licensing rules in response to last month's landmark Supreme Court ruling.
The Bruin decision establishes a new standard for evaluating the constitutionality of arm control legislation, emphasizing adherence to the nation's historical tradition of reasonable arms regulations. While states may still impose restrictions on concealed carry, such as prohibiting arms in sensitive places, the decision imposes limits on discretionary licensing practices. In response to the Bruin decision, several states are reassessing their concealed carry laws and making legislative adjustments. Some states have already amended their statutes to align with the court's ruling, while others face legal challenges over revised licensing criteria. The evolving legal landscape post-Bruin has created uncertainty, with lower court decisions shaping regional variations in arm regulations. The Bruin decision represents a significant shift in the interpretation of the Second Amendment and the rights it confers regarding public arm carry. By striking down restrictive licensing laws, the Supreme Court has affirmed the principle of self-defense as a fundamental aspect of individual liberty. However, the decision also raises questions about balancing public safety concerns with the constitutional right to bear arms, highlighting ongoing debates over arm control in the U.S. Battle over concealed carry. The issue of concealed carry and its intersection with the Second Amendment has once again reached the forefront of the U.S. Supreme Court's docket. Despite the court's landmark ruling in Bruin, which struck down New York's Concealed Carry Improvement Act, New York and other states like California persist in defying the court's decision.
Wow. Did you guys get that? Good old
Ruling in
California.
Britain, which struck down New York's Concealed Carry Improvement Act, New York and other states like California persist in defying the court's decision.
I guess the only way that we're going to be able to really force California in allowing our Second Amendment is someone's going to have to get caught, I guess, being bear arms and take it all the way to the Supreme Court. California is constantly trying to stop people from bearing arms. The link in this is this video was by Best Iron, and I thought I'd repost it and show people the links in the description because it's really important for us to maintain our Second Amendment. We've got a problem in this country. We got militias coming in across illegal immigrants, which is really an army that's going to go against the American people. I hope people are prepared because we got a war coming, in my opinion. We've got militia people. We've got here in the United States that's going to have to help and join in fighting off this battle. But I really believe war is coming. Biden is doing everything in his power to allow these immigrants, illegal immigrants, into our country. They're all military. There are a lot of our land. Our China is buying up our land, our farmland. We've got people and the systems that are stopping the farming and using environmental laws to stop a lot of our farmers. Even our independent, just somebody you want to raise a few chickens or pigs. They're attacking everybody. I really, everything I'm seeing in the news is it's coming down to it that I think we're going to either have to join the illegal immigrants in taking this country down, or we're going to have to join our militias and help defending America. So anyway, that's what I think's going on. Thought I'd bring this. Is pretty interesting. California, it is a battle. It is a battle.
The Supreme Court has affirmed the principle of self-defense as a fundamental aspect of individual liberty. However, the decision also raises questions about balancing public safety concerns with the constitutional right to bear arms, highlighting ongoing debates over arm control in the U.S. Battle over concealed.
Yep, we got a battle. All right, guys, I just wanted to bring this to you. I hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to close the stream down, and thank you for joining in. And we'll see you on the next one.
Over concealed carry. The issue of